The best of all medicines is resting and fasting. Benjamin Franklin. Fasting mimicking diet or intermittent fasting is all the rage these days. But does it really work? Today, I'm going to discuss the basic concept of fasting by answering the following three questions. What is intermittent fasting and how does it work? What are some benefits of intermittent fasting and who should avoid intermittent fasting? In order to prepare the content for this speech, I've done a rather extensive research on the subject, compiling qualitative data and information from various online sources such as the Johns Hopkins Medicine, the Harvard Medical School, exam room podcasts by the Physicians Committee, etc. And without any further ado, let's begin with question number 1. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is an umbrella term for various eating patterns that switch between eating and fasting on a regular schedule. Most weight loss plans involve tracking what you eat and counting calories. But in the past decade or so, it's become clear that when you eat may be just as important as what you eat. There are several variations of intermittent fasting to choose from. But the three most popular are the time-restricted feeding or the 16-8 method, the twice-a-week or the 5-2 diet, and the alternate date fasting. Now let's examine how intermittent fasting works for weight loss. Fasting changes where your body gets its energy. Typically, your energy comes from sugar. If you eat constantly while awake and don't exercise, your body simply runs on the calories you consume. If you don't use all the sugar you take in during the day, your body stores it as fat. According to Johns Hopkins neuroscientist Mark Mattson, the liver stores glucose, which the body uses preferentially for energy before it turns to burning body fat. It takes up to 10 to 12 hours to use up the calories in the liver before a metabolic switch occurs to using stored fat. In a nutshell, intermittent fasting helps deplete your glucose stores and get you into ketosis faster as you're not eating any food for a prolonged period of time. Next, question number 2. What are the benefits of intermittent fasting? According to an online report published by the UCLA Health, when you consistently practice intermittent fasting, it may banish brain fog, decrease your risk for diabetes, help you lose weight and visceral fat, improve heart health by reducing blood pressure and improving cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, which can improve conditions such as arthritis, multiple sclerosis, and asthma, and potentially contributes to longevity as it triggers autophagy, a cellular recycling and disposal of older and diseased cells. Now coming to the last question, who should avoid intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is safe for many people, but it's not for everyone. As cautioned by Dr. Walter Longo, a longevity researcher at the USC, fasting may bring health benefits, but there's still a lot we don't know. He suggested that the following groups of people who should avoid intermittent fasting: children and teens under 18, people with a history of eating disorders such as anorexia or bulimia, people with advanced diabetes or on medication for diabetes, pregnant or breastfeeding women. And finally, always be mindful that there's no perfect fasting plan. Regardless of what fasting strategy you choose to commit to, it really should be based on what works best in your life. Thank you for listening.